Mr. Speaker, yesterday the Premier said that he's not interested in providing direct assistance to Nova Scotians during this once-in-a-lifetime inflationary crisis because it might not be sustainable. Meanwhile, the lives of thousands of everyday people across this province are not sustainable. Seniors can't afford groceries, parents can't afford to pack their children's lunches or fill prescriptions, and some can't even get to work because they can't afford to put gas in their car. Mr. Speaker, of all of the Canadian premiers, this is the one who has provided the least help to regular people. And so I'd like to ask the Premier how he justifies appointing his friends to jobs where they make more in a day than many Nova Scotians make in a week. Thank you.
The Honourable Premier.
Mr. Speaker, first off, I completely disagree with the Leader of the NDP's characterization. We have taken a number of steps on childcare, which will impact a number of Nova Scotian families. We have put a seniors grant out there. We've done many things to support Nova Scotians. So to say that we're not interested is completely unfair. I hope the member will correct her intentions on that statement when she gets her chance. But here's what I would say: is there more work to be done? Yes, but this province will never move forward when at the very first opportunity, when quality Nova Scotians step up to help their province in healthcare, in economic development. And the very first reaction of the opposition is they're terrible people. Before they can even spell their names, Mr. Speaker, they're running down fellow Nova Scotians. That's wrong. We will never move forward with that type of attitude. Come out of the negativity ditch and get in the positivity ditch, because we're moving forward.
NDP, New Democratic Party.
The one thing that those three quality Nova Scotians to whom the Premier is referring have in common is that they are, by his admission and theirs, his friends, okay? So to make a suggestion that we can't ask why the Premier is appointing his friends who have no particular resume to suggest that they should be earning six-figure salaries in these positions is a problem.
Ask the question.
We got to ask the question. Not to mention the fact that two of these friends happen to be men displacing two of the most senior women in our civil service. Meanwhile, Mr. Speaker, the Premier described an assistance program like the ones that we have been proposing as boutique. People across this province need help, and Mr. Speaker, my question for the Premier is, he's pretty good at helping his friends. When is he going to help the rest of Nova Scotia?
The Honourable Premier.
Mr. Speaker, I understand the need of a new opposition leader to kind of get attention in the media, but to run down fellow Nova Scotians and say they have no resume, and to run them down just because I know them and they're my friend. I'll tell you what, Mr. Speaker, I have a lot of friends in Nova Scotia, and I pick the very best people based on my surveillance of the landscape, because I care more about this province than running down somebody because they put their name forward to step up. I care more about this province than picking the wrong person because I'm worried the Leader of the Opposition will have something to say politically. I put politics to the side and I focus on Nova Scotians every single day, Mr. Speaker. That's why Nova Scotians are so happy with where this province is going.
The Honourable Leader of the New Democratic Party on her final supplementary.
Mr. Speaker, yesterday, when the Premier explained that he wasn't entertaining more assistance to Nova Scotians struggling with the cost of rent, mortgages, gas, groceries, and prescriptions, he said, "Everything in government is about priorities." This is the Premier of a province that has the third highest cost of living increase in the country in the last month at 9.3%. Mr. Speaker, the Premier likes to talk about swagger, and I believe we've seen some of it in the chamber today, but lots of families across this province are just trying to find their footing. When will it be his priority to help everyone, not just his friends?
The Honourable Premier.
Mr. Speaker, it's a little bit out of hand with the mischaracterization. We are always entertaining ideas to support Nova Scotians. We do it every day, all day, Mr. Speaker, not just in this chamber looking for political points. We do it constantly. We're always entertaining. So to say we're not entertaining is completely inaccurate, Mr. Speaker. What I would say is the work that's being done to support Nova Scotians is being seen and well received by not only Nova Scotians, but by those across the country. In fact, the Financial Post referred to ours as a provincial government that is well on its way on the housing issue and well on its way and a shining example for others to follow. Mr. Speaker, we are getting stuff done. The opposition can be negative, but Nova Scotians are positive and optimistic under this government, Mr. Speaker.